Have you ever found a deal that you just couldn't resist? Let's find out what's in the box. Great, there's another box. This probably gives you a clue what it is. Got my trusty box cutter. Oh, we got a case here. Let's get that out somehow. In case, get it, it's a case. In case you're familiar with the Taylor guitar lineup, you might recognize this as a 300 and a 400 series case. I let the case sit a little bit so it can get used to the temperature and humidity. Let's see what's inside. There it is. Man, it looks cool. Well, what is it? It is a Taylor 424ce Special Edition with a solid walnut top and solid walnut back and sides. Look how cool that looks. It's really pretty. Alrighty then, so we're back. Had a few days to play the guitar and get used to it. Got a haircut in the meantime and it's gotten very hot here. Well, let's talk about the guitar. Why I got it, how I got it, of course, what I think of it, and just for fun, we'll compare it to my GS Mini that I've been playing for the past 10 years or so. So, why did I get this guitar? It's very simple. I've always wanted to own a really nice acoustic guitar because the acoustic guitar is my primary instrument. It's the instrument I reach for when I just want to play for myself, if I want to accompany myself, or if I want to play music with others, or if I want to write. I always choose the acoustic guitar. Why did I choose a Taylor specifically? I guess it's the brand that I'm the most familiar with. I played a lot of really nice Taylor guitars in stores and at Taylor roadshows as well, so it's easy to see that I'm the most familiar with the sound and how they feel. So how did I get this guitar? Well, that's a funny story because I was talking to a friend of mine about how expensive acoustic guitars are. So I was looking at online stores and I saw one of the stores had this one on sale for a very reasonable price, if you can even call what this guitar cost reasonable. But that's beside the point. I think it's reasonable because usually a guitar in this class would be a lot more expensive than what I paid for it, so I decided to go for it. So what do I think about this guitar? Well, first, I think it's a really pretty looking guitar. I'm not sure if the video can do it justice. Here's the back. Just looks amazing. It has a very nice gloss finish and a nice satin neck. It feels very fast. What I really like is the wider nut width, which I've always wanted. I always felt a little bit more comfortable on the 1 3/4 inch nut width that comes standard on the more expensive Taylor guitars. The playability is of course unmatched, as you would expect from Taylor. This is a Grand Auditorium body shape, which according to Taylor is their most popular body style because it's versatile. You can fingerpick with it and you can strum it and it can do both pretty well, and it sounds very balanced. I can certainly agree with that. The other thing, I wasn't sure about the all walnut body because I wasn't sure what to expect. I've of course played a lot of spruce topped and some cedar topped guitars and some Alcoa models as well, because of course that's what Taylor has become pretty well known for. So I looked around a little bit on the internet and it seems like people generally think that walnut being a hardwood makes it a little bit quieter and a little bit more compressed compared to, say, a spruce top or cedar or redwood, which are all softer woods, and that it's a little bit like mahogany, but that it sounds a little bit brighter and a little bit sweeter, which I can certainly agree with. I think it has a beautiful sound, which of course is also helped by the V-class bracing that this guitar also has. I think it gives it a very balanced and maybe even a hi-fi sound, which I would associate with Taylor guitars. It's just a very pretty and balanced sound. This guitar is also equipped with a Taylor ES2 pickup system, which you can see here with the 3 dots behind the saddle. And I've heard it a few times through trying guitars that had it and also listening to it on clips on the internet. I gotta say, at first I was skeptical, but when I compared it to the EST or ESB that's in my GS Mini, I gotta say it's a really good sounding pickup. So let's listen to the pickup really quick. It's plugged in and it's going straight into my DI box, and that's going into my audio interface. So, just for fun, here's my trusty GS Mini. It's been recorded with, it's been gigged with, I took it to family gatherings. It's just been played a lot, and I'll continue to play it because it's a really comfortable and great sounding guitar. So one thing I always struggled with when recording with the GS Mini is that it tends to be very boomy, and it can be a bit boxy and woofy sounding. You can sort of solve that with post-processing, so by applying EQ and compression, but it has a tendency to make the guitar sound thinner, which sometimes can be desirable, but not always. Like for example, if you have a sparse arrangement with just a few instruments, it's nice to have the guitar sound a little bit more full. But aside from all that, it's still a great sounding guitar. And we're back with the 424ce Walnut Special Edition. So what I noticed right away when recording with the 424ce is just how good it sounds right out of the box. Which I guess you would expect from a guitar that's this expensive and this nice. It sounds very balanced, and it just needs a little bit of EQ to get the lows and low mids under control. A little bit of compression, and like that it just sits perfectly in the mix. Which is nice because in the end it saves a lot of time. All in all, I think the Taylor 424ce Walnut Special Edition is a beautiful sounding and looking guitar. I look forward to playing it for the rest of my life.